Tsunami is continuing their adaptations of Larry Niven's Ringworld series with the new CD-rom, Return to Ringworld. I have to admit from the outset that I haven't read Niven, and I never played the original game. But if either or both of them are as mind-numbingly tedious as the sequel, the obvious question is, why return in the first place? You really get the idea that the programmers liked the original novel so much that they made sure you have to read every single word of it at some point in the game. When you start the program, you are treated to 13 pages of text and 17 dialogue captions explaining what has gone on before. Then, when your character finally appears on screen and checks out his personal log, there are 29 more pages of text. Conversations with other characters tend to go on for eons. This isn't a game, this is War and Peace. There's nothing to distract you from how little is really going on either. The only background music is classical stuff you can pipe in like Muzak to any given room of the spaceship. The best thing that can be said is that you get a really good idea of how boring long-term space travel actually would be. You can feel your brain turning to mint jelly, and you want to kill your crewmates just to liven things up a bit. Sadly, this is not an option in the game. That Miranda bitch really gets on my nerves. On some level, the programmers must have known how much pain they would be subjecting players to, because they even included a game on the computer terminal to relieve the boredom. On any objective scale, this is another really bad sign. While there's no problem figuring out the interface, the action is incredibly slow. Heaven help you if you set a character in motion towards a door and then change your mind. Sorry, buddy, you said go to the door, and by golly, he's going to the door. Then you can tell him what to do next. Is it too much to ask for more from a CD-ROM, for crying out loud? By the way, there's full digitized speech available, but for your own sake, don't choose it. You turn the game from just slow to unbearably ponderous. It's like first expecting a giant sea tortoise to make its way across a golf course, and then making it pull a horse trailer with square wheels. It is true that the actual Ringworld storyline seems to be pretty interesting. Lots of political intrigue, personal vendetta, and stuff like that. It is also true that it's much easier and cheaper to read this interesting plot in the form of a paperback novel. What is the point of making this into a game in the first place? So once again, we'll have to renege on our "forget reading" slogan and suggest a good trip to the library.